Okay, welcome everyone in today's video. We're on the clock, 5 minutes again, as usual. Mike learns, we're gonna learn, you're gonna learn. It's gonna be in our bank forever, and if we ever forget, we're gonna be able to come back to Mike Learns channel, and we're gonna know how to do it. We're gonna refresh our memory from our library. Okay, so today we're gonna be learning about the Photoshop tools, content-aware fill and content-aware scale. They're two different tools. They're very vital to Photoshop. They're very good tools, very powerful tools, but you need to know how to use them. So I forgot how to use them, so I had to relearn how to use them. So now I'm gonna tell you what I learned. So I'm gonna make myself a little smaller. You can see this is a picture of me looking very sweet. I know, thank you very much. Actually, my hat looks a little bit big. I think it's sitting a little high on my head. But the problem is it's square, and I want it to be more vertical because when it's a profile picture and it's square, this size, it zooms in too close on my face. So if I stretch it a little bit, fill in the excess, then it'll go to this size rather than shrinking smaller. So first thing you want to do is make it not a background. You click on your little lock, and then we're going to duplicate this layer. So you can do Command J, and that'll duplicate it so that we have this saved layer, untouched layer here. So we can even name this untouched. So this is what we'll be working on. We're going to do another layer, Control J. So this will be fill, and this one will be scale. Because I'm going to tell you how to do both. So first we're going to do fill. So let's just say we have this little car here. What do you want to do is make a selection. You can use your lasso tool, rectangular tool, whatever you want to do. You just want to make a little selection. So we take our car there, and then within the car, you click on your layer that you want to be on. You can do edit, and then you can do content aware fill. So this is basically what the clones tool does. It just replaces what you want, and you can kind of like be particular about what you want. And then you use the minus here. You can do plus if you want to do more stuff, but you can tell it what it wants to take. Tell it what to take to fill in this spot here, and then when you let go, it'll do it here. You can see it's loading, and it'll just fill it in here. So, boom, it's gone right away. Pretty good, okay? So that's content-aware fill. So that is filling in a spot, and it creates a new layer. So if you take away the layer, you can see it takes away the filling. So that is fill, and we'll leave that there. And then for scale, what we'll do is we'll do Command D to get rid of our selection, and then we'll hit V again to get back to the cursor on a keyboard. And then because we want to do scale, we're going to hit C, which is crop, and we're going to make our little artboard the desired size, the dimensions that we want them. And you can do this in File or Artboard, or put in the specific amounts, specific numbers that you want. But I don't know. I just want to do it by looking, so I just do it with crop. So we'll hit check mark when it's good there, and then we'll hit V to get back to our cursor here. And then what we want to do is, it's a little bit tricky, but we click on our picture and then we do File, Edit, and Content Aware Scale. So now that we're on this, we can click this and then we can hold Shift and then we can stretch. And it stretches only the desired spots. But because my head is such a high percentage of this picture, it stretches my head too. So what then we have to do is we're going to reverse that. We're actually going to start a mask. So we're going to get our lasso tool, which is here, and we're going to mask around the part that you don't want to stretch. I want to stretch my shirt a little bit, but not my collar. So we'll do that, just like that. Oh, that was close. And you want to leave a little bit of room on it because it'll take a little bit, so you want to leave a little bit of room. So then what we can do is we can move this back up here, and then, oh no. Okay, we're still good. And then we'll go to channels, and we'll make sure that we're clicked on the right layer. We'll go to channels, and then we'll click this mask button. So this will create a mask of what we have here. You can see it created a mask. And then when we go back to layers, we're running out of time. I might have to do double video. When we go back to layers, we'll see that we have edit. First of all, okay, we can get rid of our selection because we've created a mask. So Command D and then V, get back to our cursor. So now when we go to edit and we click on the right layer that we want, we do edit, content aware scale, and we'll have this new selection here, protect. What do you want to protect? Oh, you want to protect alpha 1? That is the alpha 1, the mask that we created. So yeah, we want to protect this. We want to stretch everything but this. So now you can hold your shift and you can stretch, and it will protect what you saved. You can stretch as far as you can while holding shift until you start seeing it starts taking from the spot that you don't want to take. So you stretch right up to the point where you can of maximum return. You always want to maximize your returns. You can see at the bottom there, my shirt is stretching too. So my shirt is starting to stretch a little bit, but even before my hat. So I will actually cut it probably right there. So that is good. So what we'll do is we'll say check mark for that. Okay. And normally this works well. And normally your subject isn't like 80% of your screen. So normally it will be able to fill in from the sides. But if this is for specifically for when your subject is too big, you'll have to create the mask. If your subject is small, you don't need to create the mask. You can just try dragging it, and normally it will fill in what you need, your desired amount. But for when your subject is too big and it's stretching your subject a little bit, then this is what you can do. So we did that once. We're going to click on our thing again, our layer again. We're going to go back to edit, and we're going to go content aware scale again. So we're going to redo it now. So now it's going to stretch the amount that it's going to stretch our stretched amount, basically. It's going to stretch, and stretch some more. So my t-shirt's getting a little bit too stretched there. I think that'll be good like that. But I want to stretch more of the above rather than the below now. So I'm going to say this is good. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new mask. So this will be good. I'm going to do a new lasso. And I'm going to say, I want to stretch. See, I did all the way to the bottom of my shirt so that it won't stretch my shirt anymore. And I'm going to go around my head so that it has some room to stretch that stuff. And see that? I went all the way to the bottom so it will protect my entire shirt for the most part. So then you can go back to channels and you can create another mask. This will probably be alpha 2. So when you go back to layers and you go back to edit and you go back to content aware scale, then you can choose alpha 2, your updated version. You can see how it changes from alpha 1 to alpha 2. So alpha 2 is bigger, but we want to get rid of our selection there. Okay. Oops, what's going on here? Oh, this is in the way. It's all good. And then Command D will get rid of our selection, and then we can go back to V to get to our cursor. So go back, edit, content aware scale, and click on our alpha 2 because that's our new and updated size. Hold shift, stretch, and you can see already that my t-shirt isn't stretching anymore, and now it's just my hat. So we'll stretch until the hat starts getting stretched. So right about there is good, and we'll save it, and then we'll do it again until we stretch to our desired amount. I'm not sure exactly how close we're gonna be able to get. I mean, you can fill as much as you want, but by doing this, it ends up looking more stretched than natural because we're kind of tricking it to continue to stretch the new portions that it's getting. It started here, it's stretched to here, and now it's stretching this, and now it's stretching this. So your stretched portions are just getting more and more stretched. So it doesn't always look super natural when you try to stretch the shit out of it. But we will try our best. Are we on this already? Content aware scale? Okay. Hold shift and stretch the stretch some more. Oh, see this one, we got more stretch. And you can see how it looks a little bit stretched now because it's just been stretching the stretch. So that's pretty good. And we'll probably do one more just to try to fill in most of this, and then we'll be good. So I'm going to move this down to the bottom here. And we're almost done. It's a lot bigger and better than it was in the first place. But content aware scale. Sorry, this video is long. It just takes some time for Photoshop to load when I'm doing the video recording at the same time. So, oh, can we make it to the top? We can. Okay, so there you go. And you can see the difference between the old version and, pause this while it's loading. So you can see now when you go from the stretch version to the non-stretch, you can see the amount that we stretched.